Thank you.
Is this what we cover up?
All right, y'all see it, man. Bae well, it ain't finna surprise. I'm here now, but y'all see what time it is, bro. We in here. I'm finna get a deep tissue massage. You know what I'm saying? This is my second time pulling up to this spot, so I'm finna just, show y'all like kind of what's going on. Y'all see the bed, everything. You feel me? Y'all see what time it is, man. Y'all, I'ma tap back in with y'all once we out of here, bro. Oh, massage was a W. Nonetheless, I feel refreshed. I feel rejuvenated. Perfect, like, start to my post-workout recovery. We had leg day yesterday. So, feeling good now. Got refreshed. The lady said she liked my muscles. So I guess I've been putting in work in the gym.
She felt that?
Yeah, that's what she was like. She was like, oh, muscles, I like. It feel good. So y'all know what that means. But I'm going to get back up with y'all boys. This is going to be a birthday vlog. I don't know if I said that yet. But so this is literally, today is literally what, the 24th. My birthday's not even till the 26th. So yesterday I didn't vlog. But we went and seen Sinners. That was yesterday, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so yesterday we went and seen Sinners yesterday. If you ain't seen it, I highly recommend you go see it. I ain't been to the movies in a minute, so seeing Sinners was good. We probably end up still going to see it a couple more times, I'm not gonna lie. But tomorrow I'm gonna pick the camera back up again. I got to get a haircut in the morning. As y'all can see, I've been without it for a little minute. But we're gonna get into that tomorrow. This is just another, this is the second surprise gift just for the birthday. Like I said, my birthday's not until Saturday, so when y'all see this, it's gonna be past my birthday. I'm gonna try to get this out to y'all probably as soon as possible, so probably on Monday. But I'm gonna keep y'all posted with everything that's going throughout the entire weekend. Some of this stuff is a surprise. Most of this stuff is a surprise. I don't know what's coming. So, like I said, I'm gonna probably pick. All of it is a surprise. Not gonna lie.
Know we're going to dinner.
Yeah. So I know we going to dinner tomorrow night. Stay tuned for the fit. It's literally en route. So, brand new fit gonna get put on for the dinner tomorrow. So I'm going to get a haircut in the morning. I might still continue just vlogging just my regular day, just so y'all can see kind of like some behind the scenes of just like building the business and stuff like that, just so y'all can kind of see, because tomorrow I'm gonna get some work done. Y'all know I'm waking up at 4:30 a.m. every single day. Y'all thought I was capping. Been waking up at 4:30 every single day. It's like, once the alarm go off, I'm gonna tell you the trick to just waking up early in the morning is just like, as soon as the alarm go off, just get up. Like I tell y'all, I'll set 2 alarms, just like 4:25 is when my first alarm go off, so I can just get my mind right for 5 minutes. Then when it hit 4:30, I'm already ready and locked in. So it's like, as soon as I turn the alarm off, boom, I'm out the bed, hit my knees, hit the prayer, we start the morning routine. But I probably document, I don't know, it depends, because I'll just document some of the morning routine, like after I kind of get in the living room and stuff, so I don't be making too much noise while she's still asleep. But I'm gonna probably pick the camera back up then, because we finna just vibe out for the rest of the night, probably head back to the crib and just probably watch some TV or something like that just until the morning before I go to sleep. But yeah, I'm gonna tap back in with y'all boys sometime in the morning. If I don't tap back in with y'all in the morning, I'm gonna just see y'all in the next clip. Let's get it. All right, boys. It is currently 6:35 a.m. So what I'm about to do now, I just got out the shower. I woke up at 4:30 this morning. You'll see it on my Instagram, but I went to the gym. I did a little bit of cardio. So I was just on the treadmill. So I was just in there about 30 minutes just doing some cardio, because I already finished all my actual movement workouts for the week. So now I'm about to get into like this basically workload, up until about 8 o'clock or so. Then I'll probably make something to eat. But right now, what I'm about to do is I'm about to read. So we got The Innovation Secrets of Steve Jobs. This is what I'm currently reading. So I'm about to read this. I'm gonna put on a 30-minute timer. I'm gonna read for 30 minutes. And then I'm gonna probably journal for about 10 to 15 minutes right after that. And then after that, I'm gonna get into building out my Google Calendar. And so one thing I'm being more intentional about is just simply being focused on managing my time well, and not just figuring out everything that I have to do every day just in my head, but actually having a set system and schedule to follow. So I'm building that out. I already started it. I just have to refine a few things and just basically put the finishing touches on that. So I'm gonna do that. And then I need to start building out the modules for my program. So we're gonna start doing that as well, the Kingdom Masculinity Mastery Program. So that is the program that I offer, the 12-week transformation that journey that I take you guys on. So I'm building out that program. I have the blueprint. I just need to basically put all these things together and actually get that out so you guys can be able to access that and, you know, be able to use it better if we're working together. And once again, the link for this, access to this, or just to see if we're a good fit, will be in the description as well. But yeah, so we're just gonna be basically getting to work here for probably the next hour or so, reading, building out my programs, kind of getting those things together. And then I'll probably, you know, journal a few downloads, document a few downloads, record a few videos for Instagram, like record a few talking head reels, so that we can kind of get some content out for the rest of the week. So it's not even Saturday though. So typically on Saturday, so this will be actually tomorrow, what I would do is batch record like 10 videos, 10 to 15 videos of just talking head videos for my Instagram. So that way I can just get those things out. And so also another thing I'll show y'all real quick. My iPad is basically how I get my content out to you guys. So let me just pull this up real quick and log in. So essentially what I use is repurpose.io. And so every reel that I post on Instagram, I also just automate it and schedule it just to be posted on TikTok and also on my YouTube Shorts. So the same videos that you see on my TikTok and on YouTube Shorts are gonna be the same videos that come directly from my Reels page. And so basically, it's inverted right now. I'm recording off my phone, so just, you know, bear with me. But essentially, I'll forget it. But I was just explaining it to you guys. But essentially, it's just a platform where instead of me having to download each video off of Instagram manually, then repost it to TikTok and repost it to the YouTube Shorts, I can just link all, I can just basically link all my accounts together, create a simple workflow, so that way everything that I post primarily on Instagram, I can just schedule it to be posted on my YouTube Shorts and my TikTok. So I'm gonna basically schedule out some content so that way I can just have that on autopilot while I'm going through the rest of my day. And I'll probably just, you know, show y'all a little bit of, you know, B-roll clips as I'm finna get into this workload. But I'll pick the camera back up probably after I finish reading. So I'll just tap back in with y'all, cover some few downloads, some things that I journal, and we'll, you know, go from there. All right, y'all, so I just finished reading, journaling a little bit, so I'm gonna actually tell y'all a little bit of my downloads as I was reading. I might go outside and do this just because my girl, she's still asleep. I don't want to be too loud in here, so I might just go outside and tell y'all these downloads real quick. Let's see, depending on what it's looking like out here. Ooh, it's feeling good outside, bro. But let me just come talk to y'all boys real quick, man. So, bro, I love this view just coming out on the balcony at the crib, bro. Literally one of the highlights of me staying right here where I'm at. But anyways, I'm gonna kind of make this quick. These birds making all this noise and whatnot, but I just want to get y'all this information. So in the part of the book that I was reading, forget this, man. I'm going back in. I don't feel like this too loud, bro. I don't like this. Too many distractions, bro. But yeah, bro, so the part of the book that I was reading, it was talking about making the uncommon related. So it was talking about like Steve Jobs and how he basically came up with Apple, right, for the name for the computer and things like that. So essentially he was saying that the people working on it, they wanted it to be this high-tech software sounding name, right? Something that would kind of stick and be related to the product. But Steve Jobs, he was going to this apple farm, this orchard farm, or whatever the case may be. But basically, he tied two completely unrelated things together and made something magical, which was Apple. So he took something simple, two unrelated concepts, but made it simple, and he tied them together. So basically, associating unrelated things is the theme of this. And just basically also seeking out new experiences that force your brain to create new ideas and think in new ways. So what I basically downloaded from this is, how can I use the actions that I have to take in my daily routine? How can I turn these into new experiences? Rather, not how, but like, what if? So what if I start just basically like reading 30 minutes a day outside? That's a new experience. Or like, what if I go to the pool and then I start reading 30 minutes a day at the pool, right? Just what if I start doing things that I would normally do in a specific setting, but just in the crib? What if I go somewhere outside and do that, right? What if I start doing Bible study in a cafe, or you know what I'm saying? Just things like that. How can I make new experiences out of things that I do on a daily basis? Like basically, how can I force my mind to think in new ways? Because this will help me to create new ideas. And also, how can I learn things from things that's just completely unrelated to what I'm interested in, right? So I'm interested in like self-improvement, finance, business, you know, it's increasing the faith, learning about God, seeking out God, things of that nature, right? So basically, I could basically take like an art class or like read an art book or something like that, because I like reading books about like philosophy, finance, business, etc. So I could read a book about like poetry or something like that, and I can just use that information to start thinking differently, and it'll help me create new ideas. But it's completely unrelated to what I actually do on a daily basis. It's completely unrelated to the business model that I'm in currently, but I can still gather ideas and insights that still allow me to basically come up with new things to make my business run smoother. And so I'm gonna just basically read a few things that I actually wrote down in my journaling session for y'all, because I journal every single day. This helps me just basically get all my downloads onto paper, and after I read just anything that I just basically retained, I always want to make sure that I put that on paper so it sticks with me. But my hand getting kind of tired. Hopefully this stays, not stand. But my hand getting kind of tired, so I'm gonna do this real quick. No, I ain't vlogging in a minute, so just bear with me, y'all. I'm gonna make this the least amount of edits possible in this video, just because I know it's gonna be a long video and I'm not gonna feel like editing it like that. So I'm gonna just try to, rip through all this. But basically, I woke up today and my theme was just discipline in the system. So I talked about this briefly on my Instagram, but essentially it's like, if you have a system in place, I need to prop this up somewhere, bro. My freaking arm is getting tired. But anyways, bear with me, I'll just switch hands. But if you have a system in place that forces you to grow, forces you to get results, forces you to take action, work within this system. And the system that I'm gonna talk specifically about is the 5-4-5 method. Now, before I started using the 5-4-5 method, I was literally just trying new things every single day. So essentially, because my manager, he spoke on this briefly in our mastermind meeting yesterday. So essentially it's like, you can have a little bit of clarity, you can have some type of idea of where you want to go. So you can have some type of vision, right? But you may not have the actual steps, the actual blueprint of how to effectively get there. So instead of you going straight, you're going like straight, but it's like a little bit of curve as you progressively go farther, right? So it's like you're kind of going like that instead of just going directly straight. And so a system basically refines that to the point where you're just directly going straight to your goals instead of going, to the left a little bit or to the right a little bit, because you don't have that direction. And so what I gathered from this is, when I wasn't using the 5-4-5 method, I would just wake up and just kind of plan my day as I go. Just whatever ideas or downloads I had or whatever I wanted to just handle for that day, I would just basically build out what I would do during the day. And I would also build out my content during the day. Like I would record a YouTube video, edit it, post it all the same day. Every video that I was recording was getting posted the same day. But now having the system in place, the 5-4-5 method, I have 5 steps that I have to do, 5 actions that I have to take daily. These all move the needle forward. The most important things that I can do to get to the next level, to get to the next goal. 4-step morning routine that rejuvenates me, raises the state, raises my frequency for the day, sets the tone for the day. And these are all based on 5 goals that I set for myself that I want to accomplish within the next 3 to 6 months. So basically, discipline within the system. If you have a system, it makes no sense not to flow within this system and make the system work for you. Because in the beginning, you're new to the system. You gotta work this system. You gotta put in all this work because you're not gonna see the results. You haven't been doing this. This is a new thing, a new experience. So this also highlights what I was just reading about. These are new experiences, new things. So over time, you basically build momentum, the deposits of showing up for yourself daily, the deposits of putting in that work, being disciplined every single day. So eventually you start to build momentum up, and this momentum will carry you on days when you don't have that much energy, on days when you're feeling no motivation at all. The deposits of being disciplined and consistent are going to carry you and then give you that extra boost, give you that extra energy to make it through on them slower days, the more sluggish days when you just, like last night I went to sleep it was probably like 12 o'clock. My alarm went off at 4:30. I was like, bro, I'm not trying to get up. But I got out the bed, got straight to work because of the discipline, because that's the routine that I have. That's the system that I have set in place. So I'm gonna work within the system so the system can work for me. So if you don't work the system, you can't build the momentum. If you don't have the discipline within the system, you can't build the momentum to allow the system to work for you as well. This is why I continuously tell y'all, bro, get on the 5-4-5 method. Watch my Instagram stories all day and you will see me living out the 5-4-5 method. If you need direct guidance and assistance, just DM me and I'm gonna get you right, bro. Simple. But that was just literally me talking about the theme of the title of my journal entry, but this is actually the downloads that I wrote from what I just read in the book. So I said, connect the unrelated to make new ideas and realizations, right? So like I was just saying, me reading a poetry book or me reading something about art or taking an art class or me learning how to paint, me learning how to draw, something like that, right? That can put my mind in a state of creativity, in a state of flow, but it'll give me new ideas and new realizations that I can tie into my business, that I can tie into my content, that I can basically tie into new insights to be able to put y'all on further game and basically expand my awareness and expand my knowledge instead of me just doing the normal things that are just within the confines of what I'm interested in. I have to expand my awareness so I can generate new ideas from new ways and new methods. And this is the same thing with basically seeking out new experiences, going new places and doing new things. And so further down, basically I was saying seek out new experiences unrelated to my business model or my daily routine that expand my awareness, intuition, and creativity. Because doing these things, bro, is gonna help you to think and basically help you solve problems. Like if I take this art class or learn how to draw, whatever the case may be, I can think about this like, how can this help me in my business? How can this help me in my content? How can this help me in my day-to-day life? How can this help me in my relationship? But it's completely unrelated things, but I'm tying them together. So this forces you to think in a new way, and it forces your brain to basically work in overdrive. And then I wrote, because this is something that Steve Jobs says, the dots only connect looking backwards. You can't. So basically, this is why it's so important to reflect. You're not gonna be able to be like, you can't look into the future and try to connect the dots for your path, right? I'll give you an example. When I first moved out here in Texas, I didn't know exactly the step-by-step process that I would take to move out of my mama crib and get here. But I had innate belief in myself that something, after I got fired from the last job I worked back in Louisiana, I knew something bigger was happening next, right? So I had the realization in my mind and the belief that, okay, boom, something was going to work for me. But now looking back in hindsight, I can connect the dots and be like, okay, this is exactly why that happened, and these are the steps that led to me getting to where I am now. But I wasn't able to paint the picture looking forward. I can only look back and paint the picture and come to these insights and realizations. And so what else did I wrote? Basically studying. So this is a method. So like if you're in business and you have clients or you have customers, study how they do things, study how they operate, study how they think, how they buy, what they believe, what type of actions that they have, how they solve problems, right? So I always think in terms of where I used to be a year from now, where I used to be when I first started my journey. How did I solve things then? What did I believe then? How did I think then? And I used those things to tie into new solutions to basically alleviate all the problems that I faced a year ago. Basically thinking about putting myself back in my shoes a year ago, like, okay, this is how I thought about this. This is what I believed about this. So this is how I can use this to speak to people who were where I was, who are where I was a year ago. So basically putting myself back in my shoes and thinking back how I did things, how I believe things will help me solve problems and help put you guys on further game who are still trying to get somewhere that I am now, right? And so basically another thing that Steve Jobs wrote is what he likes about Buddhism is it ties in experience, being still, meditation, right? It ties in stillness. And he says that was something greater than just intellectual understanding. So, right, being all overly articulate and just having the bullet point system, all the specifics and all that different stuff right there is not necessarily as valuable in that specific example that he was giving as the experience. So it's not necessarily always about overloading on all this information or coming up with all these methods, systems, principles, etc. It's more so about the experiences. Like, just think about what type of insights you can gather and learn from just going to a new country, right? Going on vacation, doing something new for the first time. Think about what you can gather from that and what takeaways you can gather from that and how you can reflect on that and what you can learn from that and how you can apply it to your day-to-day life. So that's why it's in terms of like experience. Something as simple as meditation, you're doing nothing, but you can gain insights and clarity from this to handle problems in your day-to-day life. And so basically this is what I wrote down. What if I turn my daily actions and my daily routine into new or exciting experiences? Basically, like I was just telling y'all earlier, what if I do the things in my daily routine just in different settings, right? Within different confines, right? Make it fun, make it exciting. How can I do these things? Or what would happen if I do these things? How would my productivity change? How would my insights change? What new ideas would I get? This is how you have to think. This is how you have to flow, because it's very, very, very important to always get out of your comfort zone, get out of the norm. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a routine, but it's like, how can you make the routine exciting? How can you basically over amplify the routine to generate new ideas, new ways of thinking? This is very important. And so this is basically just kind of how my day goes. Like, I read 30 minutes a day, every single day. I journal every single day. So these things are important because it helps improve my mindset. This is a great example though, because this is not necessarily directly related to the business model that I'm in, right? Teaching about masculinity, teaching about faith, teaching about dating, principles like that. The innovation seekers of Steve Jobs literally directly has nothing to do with that. But literally, you see how I'm tying these things together. This is literally the proof in the pudding. I'm giving you a live example of everything that I'm telling you. This book has absolutely nothing directly to do with my business model, with the type of content that I speak about. But I'm still gathering insights, learning new things, and I'm applying it to my business model. I'm applying it to my content. So you have to take insight from this. Like, what do you do on a daily basis, bro, that you can basically create into a new experience? Going to the gym, how can you make that a new experience? Go to a new gym, right? Go to the gym with somebody you've never been before. Make a new challenge, switch up your workout routine, whatever the case may be. These are just simple things that you can do to create new experiences and make these things that you do routinely more exciting. But that's basically a few insights, inside scoop of behind the scenes of just kind of a little bit of my workload. So what I'm about to do now, I'm starving, so we're finna get into this breakfast. I don't know if I'm gonna do this live, but I mean, the camera's still rolling, so let's see what we got up in here. We in the fridge right now. I'm gonna sip on some OJ. I've been eating the same meal that I'm about to make probably for the past week. You know what I'm saying? Every day for breakfast, I make this simple meal right here. So we got some, I don't typically use this brand, but this is just what we got right now. We got some liquid eggs, basically. They kind of straight. I don't really have no complaints, no problems about liquid eggs. They don't really, mess my stomach up or nothing like that. They get the job done. It's quick and easy. So I'm finna make some eggs. I'm finna get out this turkey bacon. So I'm finna make some eggs. and turkey bacon, y'all. And then I'm gonna put that basically into a tortilla, and then that's basically what I do for breakfast. I can show y'all my supplements that I'm currently taking too, so we're gonna get into that. Just give me a sec. And bear with me if the angle is kind of all over the place. Y'all know I really ain't vlogged in a long time, but I'm also trying to keep this as authentic and uncut as possible too. So like I said, I'm gonna try to make the least amount of edits possible. These are the tortillas that I use. I think this is Oscar Mayer. Yeah, Oscar Mayer turkey bacon. But let me show y'all the supplements real quick. So majority of these I got directly from TikTok. So go to my TikTok. I posted a video somewhere on there recently. So any of these supplements, you can go on there and get them. This is grass-fed beef liver. So I'm gonna just basically read exactly what it says that it's for, instead of me just trying to lie to y'all and finesse it as if I really just know. But basically, this beef liver, hold up, let me switch hands. This beef liver, bro, it promotes healthy hair, skin, nails, teeth, and gums. So all that. Supports strong joints, connective tissue, and healthy collagen. Promotes strong immune and digestive system. Supports good energy, mood, and metabolism. And supports brain, heart, and liver health. So this is a plethora of benefits packed inside of this supplement right here. And for this one specifically, I take 6 capsules daily. So that's what's gonna give me that 4,500 milligrams. So that's the one supplement I take right there. I guess I'll just take them all out and then put them back up for y'all. This is my ashwagandha gummies. So ashwagandha, I do know what that does though. That's for like your stress, your mood. It regulates those things. So you're in a more relaxed state. You're not all anxious. You're not all, overly stressed out about stuff, but you can be more calm, more mellow. Not necessarily like lethargic and tired, but it's just that you're more like relaxed. You know what I'm saying? You're not stressing about things. But I can just read y'all basically what it say anyway. It say relax, restore, unwind. So yeah, like this promotes a healthy response to stress. Like I said, so it supports memory, concentration, so you'll be more focused. It improves your sleep quality. And so yeah, that's basically ashwagandha. I take those things. Takes 2 of them gummies daily. I got Alpha Brain. So this is all for basically memory and focus. The number one important thing that you need to accomplish your goals is focus. And the number one thing that is killing you right now is your lack of focus. For example, TikTok, how many hours do you spend scrolling? Like you probably look at 1,000 videos a day. You know what I'm saying? Just scrolling, mindlessly, 1,000 videos a day. Think about that. So I oftentimes try to keep myself from being as distraction free as possible. Well, not try to keep myself, but I try to limit all the distractions on a daily basis. So like when I finish doing a task, I force myself to go to the next one instead of just picking my phone up, scrolling a little bit. Like I'm not perfect. I literally just did that. So this is a bad example. Like when I finished reading and journaling, I was scrolling a little bit, but I was actually I wasn't scrolling a little bit. I mean, I was scrolling, but I was also like working because I was about to record some content. So the video that y'all gonna see later on today, well, not literally today, but the video that I'm posting later on today on my Instagram, I was making that. But yeah, so that's the Alpha Brain. I take that for my focus. I take that for my memory to just, keep my brain operating at its peak level so I can think clearly, flow, not be stressed out, all that type of stuff. And basically have my body functioning properly, internally and externally. So those basically the synopsis of those 3 benefits right there. Then we get into basically the Superman supplement, Shilajit Gold Gummies. Now, Shilajit has a plethora of benefits for men. Shilajit boosts your testosterone, bro. It's boosts your immune system. Do we talk about some of the benefits on here? Because I had to look some of these benefits up. It really do more than what I thought. Promotes blood flow, like all that type of stuff. I pulled up a tab earlier on my iPad, so I'm really finna look it up live so I can tell y'all more of the benefits, because I know it's more than that when I looked them up. Shilajit benefits, that's literally bone health, infertility. So y'all boys who ain't really, your sperm count is low because you jack off too much, this can help with that. Cognitive function, stress management, heart health, stamina. So y'all don't, never mind. Testosterone, you boost your energy, your immune system, balances your hormones, your brain activity. It's an antioxidant. Chronic fatigue syndrome, all type of different stuff, bro. Cognitive function, anti-inflammatory. So plenty of benefits, bro. So I just take those two. I just take 2 of them gummies daily, and then that's it really for supplements. Those are all the supplements I take. But then I also take 5 grams of creatine daily as well. So with all that, bro, you gotta make sure that you're drinking like 5 to 7 bottles of water a day. About 7 is, I think, probably a gallon. But I try to get anywhere at least 5 bottles a day. So on the low end, and then 7, I'm just having a good day, you know, just flowing, and we got like plenty of water in the crib. Because typically I would drink a gallon a day, but we ain't got no water filter or whatever the case may be, and I'm not drinking tap water. So I try to not go through a case of water in 3 days by drinking 7 a day. So those are the supplements that I take. I already took them this morning before I went to the gym. I'm trying to see if there's anything else in here I need to show y'all before I get to cooking. No, that's all I take. Oh, I had this other supplement in here. I don't really take this no more, but I guess I'll show y'all just because it doesn't really, other supplements I take basically make this one pointless to take. But this is lion's mane, moringa, tangadali, and cod liver oil. So this is basically improve your cognitive function and your performance. So that's kind of like for your memory, your focus, stamina, stuff like that. But I don't take that one no more because I get those same benefits in one of these supplements right here. What am I finna do now? So yeah, now we finna get into this breakfast. I'm gonna probably just pick the camera back up after I finish cooking because I'm not finna talk to y'all while I cook eggs and bacon. Y'all know how to cook eggs and bacon. If you don't know how to cook eggs and bacon, you need to know how to cook eggs and bacon. But yeah, after I eat, that's what I'll have to talk to y'all about. After I eat, we're gonna go into me building out some of these modules for my actual program, Kingdom Masculinity Mastery. So excited to be creating this program for y'all, bro. I done took a lot of time getting together the information that I want to put into this program. I finally got the blueprint and the template, so I'm basically just about to fill in that information. I'm gonna maybe show y'all an inside scoop behind the scenes, but I'm really just excited for, you know, keeping it exclusive. But we gonna see if I'm feeling good. I'm gonna show y'all boys a little inside scoop of what's going on. But my birthday is tomorrow, so I'm feeling good. I got a haircut appointment lined up, so I'll probably pick the camera back up after I show y'all a little bit of me working behind the scenes, building the program, eating, and then I probably don't pick the camera back up until I'm on the way to the haircut. I'm gonna probably see if I can vlog a little bit right before my haircut, see what my barber talking about, just kind of add him in the content, just to, you know, show y'all literally all the aspects of it and not keep everything B-roll. But I'm finna go ahead and eat. I'm literally been recording for 25 minutes already. This video gonna be so long. Make sure you watch from the beginning to the end. Watch all the ads, man. I love y'all boys. I appreciate y'all boys, man. We taking over all the rest of 2025. Let's get it. All right, y'all, just pulled up to the barbershop. So as y'all can see, man, your boy needs a super chop. I probably ain't had a haircut in like a month or two because I've been letting my hairline grow back and whatnot. But do a quick fit check for y'all boys. We got the World Envision on the tee, some sweatpants, stacked sweats from Boohoo, man, and then we got the Cool Grays. I brought my watch with me just so I can get some links taken out, just so I can put that on tonight. Hey man, say man, y'all see what time it is. I'm back like I never left. It's a glare, man. Rejuvenated, fresh cut. So now I'm leaving the barbershop. It's in the mall. I got to get my watch fixed, so I got to get some links taken out. We finna pull up right here to the corner. It's a little jewelry shop. What's crazy is they fixed my watch one time before, but it's still like they only took one link out. I should have made them take 2 out. But then out of nowhere, I just put my watch on one day. It was like one of the links fell apart or something like that. So I'm finna just let them fix it real quick. Hopefully it don't take too long because I just don't feel like waiting. But I think I'm gonna head to the mall a little bit later. I'm gonna pull back up to the crib, post up, probably eat something for lunch or something like that. And then we're supposed to be going to the mall. So if we still go, I'm gonna pick the camera up then, kind of see what we gonna do. I think I need to find like some jean shorts or something like that. So if we end up going there, I'll let y'all boys see what's going on then. But as y'all can see, bro, I done shook back like I never left. Ah, man, feels good to be alive. Y'all can see I'm still trusting the process with the beard. We gonna see what it do. But yeah, man, so I just keep looking at the cut, bro. I feel like a new man. Then my birthday tomorrow. Then I'm going out to eat tonight. Finna be a good weekend. I ain't gonna cap. Finna be a good week. This gonna be a long vlog too, though. I ain't gonna lie. I already got like 40 minutes of footage. Let's see what's going on in here with the white spot. Excuse me. So how you doing? I just need to get like one link taken out.
Okay. Did somebody open it?
So I think it like came apart. It came apart one time, and I didn't like do anything with it. So I got like the pieces that was taken out, but I think I just need one more for it to fit properly. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all. That was a smooth process. Not gonna lie, we back in action with the wrist piece. Bro, I've had this watch like, I don't even know how long at this point. Probably like over 5 years. And I'm just not getting the links how I want it to be. Imagine that. But yeah, we gonna pop out tonight. We gonna have the watch on. As y'all can see, man, I'm just feeling good right now, bro. Just gonna be in motion like all day, all weekend. So, like I said, we finna go to the crib right now. I'm finna talk to y'all on my Instagram story. Kind of see what's going on with my people over there. And then we gonna head to the crib. I kind of want a smoothie. I don't really like want no food for real. I kind of want a smoothie. I'm still a little satisfied from breakfast earlier, but I know I need to get my meals up. So, but yeah, like I was saying, this is gonna be a super long vlog, bro. Cause the video I recorded for y'all earlier, it was like 30 minutes long. And I haven't even gotten into none of the activities that we're gonna be doing for my birthday. So I know that's gonna be like another hour, 40 minutes of footage right there. So stay tuned for the 2-hour vlog, man. Cause like I say, I wanna show y'all all the behind the scenes, me working, me enjoying my birthday, and me just basically reconnecting back with y'all. So that's what we're gonna do. But I'm gonna pick the camera back up probably once we get back in motion and see what's going on for the rest of the day. But I'm finna talk to y'all boys on IG real quick, see what's going on the stories, and I'm gonna get back up with y'all boys when I get to the crib or when I get back in motion or whatever the next move is. I'll get back up with y'all boys.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Well done. We got you.
All right, what's good with y'all boys, man? So it's the next day. It's currently Sunday. So yesterday was my birthday. So I didn't really know what was going on. I'm gonna just kind of update y'all with basically the vlog based on where y'all last left off. So Friday, I talked to y'all boys in the morning because I went and got a haircut Friday morning. And so for Friday, we had plans to go out to eat at this restaurant. It was supposed to be a surprise, so I didn't know what restaurant, but we had reservations and whatnot. And so we didn't end up being able to go to the reservations because we ordered these outfits. Like we wanted to dress up and whatnot for the dinner. But something got delayed with the package. So the package is actually still not here. It's not gonna get here till tomorrow. So we ended up pushing the reservations back. So we're gonna do it like this weekend instead of Friday. But so that was that. We had canceled that out. But yesterday, what I did was I had a surprise. And so my girl, she set it up. She really finessed me. She really got me good. Like, one thing about me and surprises, I don't really try to like figure out what it is. I like the element of surprise. So if it's a surprise for me, I'm not gonna try to figure it out. But she set it up like we got these reservations for 5:30 and this, that, and the third, right? So 5:30 is approaching. We getting ready and whatnot, and we get in the car. So the whole ride, she got me blindfolded, so I literally don't know where we going. So we in the car, like general places that we could potentially be going, like I would know how long it'll take to get there. But we in the car like 25 going on 30 minutes. So I'm thinking like we going downtown to like a new restaurant or something, right? So we get to the spot, and then she helped me get out the car. I'm still blindfolded, literally cannot see nothing. And I'll throw some clips in here from the stuff I'm talking about. I think it's a clip or something I'll throw in here of me being blindfolded and whatnot. But what happened was, so we walked to the spot, and I just realized, bro, I cannot stand being blindfolded. I feel like I'm just like walking into the abyss, like literally walking to my demise when I was blindfolded. Cause like she guided me like through the door and whatnot, and I'm just like feeling like I'm finna fall through the ground, right? But it don't matter. So I walked through the door, they take the blindfold off, and so basically they had a surprise get together for me at my girl cousin's crib, right? And so like basically my mama was there, my brothers was there, and basically all of her family, you know, a good bit of her family was there. Like basically everybody was you know, pulled up and whatnot. Some of my day ones, my bros pulled up and whatnot, and we just had a good time. You know, it was a good get together. We was like playing like volleyball outside. We was playing these games, trivia questions. We had food. We were just having a good time. And I didn't really record as much because, like I said, we was outside playing. We had music playing. And when we was on the inside, we was just, you know, having a good time. But I did get some clips of, like, when I first walked in. So I'm going to put that in here as well. But, so, yeah, all in all, I did enjoy my birthday nonetheless. Like, even though certain things didn't go according to plan, I mean, it's like, I'm not really tripping about it. Like, we can still do the things. I'm not really pressed to do it exactly on my birthday. So the things that kind of got delayed, we just gonna, you know, put that on the schedule, you know, going this weekend and whatnot. So I might still vlog some of that stuff for y'all, just because I do want to give y'all like vlog style content, but also like talking head content when I'm just putting y'all on game and stuff. But that's why I tried to basically mix in the two in this one video to kind of basically also give y'all that aspect as well. Let me stop shaking. But so I just kind of basically, since I didn't have that much vlog content just for my birthday specifically, I just wanted to go ahead and basically come talk to y'all real quick and wrap this video up. Because even I'm gonna probably still keep all the clips in here and whatnot, stuff like that, but I'm gonna just leave y'all with some free game or whatnot. And this is kind of straight off the dome. I'm not planning this or anything like that. So just kind of some updates, like Saturday, which was yesterday, which was still my birthday. I woke up at 4:30, and then like Friday night, I probably went to bed like 12, I think. But I ended up getting somewhere around from like 4 or 5 hours of sleep, maybe like between 3 and 5 hours of sleep, right? So I wake up at 4:30, like it's not hard for me to like wake up. Like as soon as the alarm goes off, I'm gonna get up out the bed. I always tell y'all that. But like by the time it was probably like 6:30, it's like 7 o'clock. After I had finished reading 30 minutes, doing a little bit of journaling, it was just like a foggy period, bro. Because I was like literally about to like fall asleep when I started working on building out my program. I was literally like about to fall asleep, bro. And so I ended up getting like the work done and whatnot. And then probably like, I guess as the sun started coming up and the sun started, you know, shining and started being light in the day, I started kind of getting my energy up and whatnot. Then I finally made me some breakfast and whatnot. So I just, you know, kind of flowed through the day. But I'm going to still be you know, I'm not going to say semi, but I'm going to still be pretty consistent with my 4:30 wake up. I'm still figuring out the best plan for me. I know Monday through Friday, that's going to be the standard 4:30 a.m. But in terms of like the weekend, I'm still kind of like figuring that out, because I don't want to like just wake up every day just for the sake of saying I'm waking up early at 4:30, being more disciplined, but it's not really being effective. You know what I'm saying? So to the point where it's like, if I'm falling asleep literally like dead while I'm working, it's not really that important or that productive or effective to wake up at 4:30 a.m. So I know I told y'all I wanted to keep everything like the same day, but we gonna kind of see if I'm gonna change things up on the weekend or kind of what. I'm still, like I said, I'm still kind of figuring out my Google Calendar. So, and then once again, with it being my birthday, like my schedule is kind of a little bit different, but I'm still building those things out. So we gonna see. Like Sundays, I know I take the time. Like I don't really post as much content. Well, I don't really do as much recording content, rather. So anything that's being posted is already like pre-recorded. But anyways, like it's just more so like me time, just reflecting time, like reflecting on my budget, things of that nature, like just doing a lot of journaling, reflecting, you know, connecting with God and whatnot. Just kind of taking that Not necessarily day off, but just day to myself. And so I use that for Sundays. So I'm thinking I might not be waking up at 4:30 a.m. on Sundays. Like today, because I was just all out, like out all night with the fam, I didn't go to sleep till like 3 a.m. So obviously I'm not waking up at 4:30 a.m. only getting an hour of sleep just to, you know, only be having the time to myself anyway. So I just woke up at like 9:30, I think, today. But like I said, on the weekends, on Saturday, Sunday, we still getting that figured out. Like I still have plans and like a set schedule of things that I need to get done throughout the day. So as long as I get the things that I need to get done, the actual wake up time, especially on the weekends, is not necessarily that important to me. Like, but we still figuring it out. But another thing, let me just kind of hold it like this. I hope my audio is not getting weird. But another thing, just kind of wrapping this up, I didn't want to take too much of y'all time. I hope y'all been enjoying the vlog this far, but I just want to, put y'all on some free game real quick as I just wrap up the video. I really just like the way that life is going for me now, just because I'm so prevalent on putting the emphasis on like systems, on the process, things of that nature, instead of just like, I really want to be able to set this phone down instead of like focusing on outcomes and stuff like that, right? So it's just like I might end up still just freaking holding it. But anyways, yeah, like just focusing on like systems, bro, like having things in place that just force you to put in the work, that force you to show up every single day, that force you to basically like, even if you don't know what you're doing, right? Even if you haven't been doing this thing for a long time, even if you struggle with the consistency, if you have the discipline to work within the system, you get the results that you want. Because it's always better to have a system than it is to basically go through trial and error and just be figuring things out. I always use the analogy like having a system is like having a paintbrush, bro. Having a painting instructor guide you, instructing you, telling you how to paint this masterpiece. But when you don't have a system, it's like, for one, you don't even have a paintbrush. You just got all this paint and you just like dipping your fingers in the paint and just like splashing it all over the place. Now, granted, depending on who's looking at the canvas, it could still be a masterpiece. But if you have a mindset of you want to paint a specific thing, you need the guidance, you need the system to help you do it, as opposed to just trying to do it yourself and you've never done it before. So I hope that makes sense. And so basically me using the 5-4-5 method, the 5 goals, the 4-step morning routine, and the 5 daily action steps, that keeps me focused on what's most important, because my mind be racing all over the place. Like I love learning new information. I love business knowledge, things of that nature. And there's nothing wrong with me expanding my information, but I want to make sure that I'm learning things and reading things and watching things that are actually help me with my day-to-day activities, my day-to-day goals. So I'm not just focused on stuff that I would be worried about like 3 months from now, right? Like I'm not worried about scaling my coaching business, because it's like I'm still in the building the groundwork and laying the foundation of my coaching business. So it's like I have to be making consistent revenue before I think about scaling it up. So I'm focused on things that actually move the needle forward the most and the most important tasks. And so just having a system gives me that clarity. So it's like every single day, and this also goes into basically having a calendar and a system. A calendar and a schedule. Having these things, it's not like I wake up every single day like, what do I need to do today? Or figuring it out during the day. Like I have each time slot is booked up with some type of task or something that I need to do, and it's going to help me move the needle forward to accomplish the goals. So following this with discipline is all I got to do every single day to get the outputs, right? And so in the beginning of following a new system, it's like you working out the kinks, you seeing the flaws within like your consistencies or your mentalities or your approach. You seeing how you still kind of have distractions. You still can't get off your phone a little bit and just lock in, stuff like that, right? But over time, you build up the momentum because you put in the deposits on a daily basis, and that momentum is going to carry you faster than just trial and error on a daily basis and just being inconsistent. So this is why I always tell y'all boys, like, incorporate the 5-4-5 method into your life. You don't necessarily have to wake up at 4:30 a.m. Like everybody's life is different, but you can still make 5 goals that you want for yourself. You can create a 4-step morning routine based on them goals, and you can have 5 daily action steps that you must accomplish every single day. Everybody can benefit from that. Everybody can benefit from reading 30 minutes a day and journaling your thoughts and your downloads. Everybody can benefit from going to the gym 4 times a week, right? You can always benefit from these things. Right? You can benefit from expanding and working on your relationship with God, putting him at the head and foundation, Like, there's nothing better than that, because he's going to present you with the purpose that he has for you. And then you just have to work within that. Like, stop trying to go against the grain, do everything on your own, and feel like you got all the answers. And for more importantly, focusing on vanity metrics that don't matter. Like, I thought that I had all this content knowledge and I knew how to monetize the content the best way, all because I have vanity metrics, like a lot of followers on TikTok. I have over 10,000 subscribers and things of that nature. So I feel like I had certain understandings and certain methods. But then once I realized that I was just focused on engagement, how can I get the most views, followers, likes, etc., as opposed to making the most money, because my goal is not really to get the most subscribers or the most followers. Like, that's not really the goal here. The goal is to make the most amount of revenue and to change the most amount of people's lives. Because for one, the main goal that I have currently is just to escape the rat race and get out of this job that I'm working. So I could care less about having a 1 million view video if it's not really converting in terms of finances that I can use as leverage to quit my job. So it's all the more that you learn based on mentorship. Like, I got this much clarity based on mentorship. Instead of me trying to figure out everything myself, I invested in mentorship. So someone who's a couple steps ahead of me, been places that I want to go, can tell me and give me the exact blueprint to accomplish the things that I want to accomplish, because they've already done it in their life as well. So that has given me the utmost clarity. Like, that's the one key takeaway instantly that I realized from mentorship, is that you just gain clarity, because I have the work ethic, I have experience, I have my own results and successes within my journey. So I just needed a little bit of clarity and refinement in my approach, in my effort, in my, discipline and consistency, to be able to actually get me the results that I wanted, to have the mindset to approach and focus on things that actually get me the goals that I want. And so how this translates to you is, you have to know what you want in your life. You have to know your weak points. You have to know what you need to do every single day that's going to move the needle forward. And you have to be disciplined to devote your time and effort and energy to these things and eliminate all the distractions, because it's not about doing more. I'm going to tell you the truth, bro. It's not about doing more, having more on your plate. Like, the more that I refine my schedule, the less things that I'm doing, bro. Like, the less time that I'm trying to find to just scroll on social media mindlessly, worry about things that just don't matter. Or if I am on social media, I'm actually doing something productive. Like, I'm doing market research, looking for viral videos that I can recreate. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So I'm spend more time reading and learning, as opposed to just wasting time all day, because that's the most important resource. So I spend my time investing in myself, so that I can generate skills, leverage these skills to, generate income, etc. And so it all comes down to basically personal development, bro, because like I said, I'm not supposed to be a slave to my calendar, a slave to my schedule. Like, it's supposed to serve me. So I use it in terms of, like, only putting the most important task on there, but also making sure that I maximize my efficiency, productivity, and just time management. Like, I'm not trying to work sun up to sundown. That's just not me, right? I'm looking for lifestyle design. So it's like, I can get my work done in a, reasonable time frame, but still be highly effective and productive. But also, just like, after a certain time throughout the day, the work is done, I can just enjoy the rest of the day, do what I want to do. And that does not mean just necessarily like just sit on the couch for the rest of the day, just spend money, just waste time, whatever. But it's like, once the work is done, I have all this free space to, be more creative or do things that I actually love to do, right? And so you have to put in the systems to be able to allow this and to be able to create this. You see what I'm saying? So you can't be somebody who wants to have extraordinary life or have a successful life, but your habits are that of somebody who's average, right? Your actions, the things that you do, invest in, people that you hang around, those things show that you want to be an average person. Like, it doesn't really matter what you're talking about. Nobody cares what you say, that you're going to do this or you want this lifestyle, or nobody really cares. Even your past accomplishments, nobody cares about that. What matters is the results that you've obtained, what you've done, right? Who you've helped, who you've served. So you have to line up your habits with this. Like, I always give y'all the, the story, or not necessarily story, but the connection basically of being somebody who's attractive, right? Like, I've never struggled with my appearance in terms of attracting women, or necessarily just, I've never just struggled academically in school. Like, when I was in high school, the only time that I struggled was in the 10th grade. But other than that, like 9th grade, I didn't struggle. 11th grade, 12th grade, I didn't struggle. So I never really just struggled academically. Like, if I applied myself, I was going to get good grades. So I didn't necessarily have to just give that, that effort, that 100% effort and work ethic. Like, that translated when I was playing sports, but even looking back in hindsight, when I was, coming up and playing sports in high school and like middle school and stuff like that, I didn't really give 100% effort. Like, to a degree, I had to be pushed and motivated and stuff like that in order to put the work in. Like, I wasn't just off my own instincts, just giving 100% intensity. So I knew that I would probably be a lot better, faster if I did that. But what I'm saying is, I knew in my mindset, especially when I got into, 2020 and my senior year and going into college, I knew that I started thinking differently and started focusing on myself improving and personal development. And so the biggest shift that I had was within my mindset, but it was also within my habits. So I started doing things that forced me to be different, right? Because I knew that I thought differently, that I wanted more for myself, that I didn't want the average job, that I didn't want to go to college, that I didn't want, anybody to control me, to call another grown man boss, none of that type of stuff, bro. I know that that's not the life that I wanted for myself. And so I understood that I had to switch up my habits, my mindset, and my disciplines and my consistency in the things that I focused on and the people that I hung around in order to actually make those things reality, make it possible for me to basically create the lifestyle that I wanted for myself. And so the most important thing that you can do is basically create those positive habits, bro. Change who you hang around, change how you think, change how you act, change what you believe, and change what you do every single day. You get what I'm saying? Like, you can't say that you want to be this successful man, but you have no discipline. Like, the thing about me is I would go to the gym, I would read books, I would, work out, I would make content and stuff like that. I just didn't have the structure. I didn't have the consistency. And that's why I say when you have the discipline, it gives you that clarity on what to be consistent on. See, we overcomplicate things because we don't have the simplicity. Once you have the simplicity based on somebody giving you the blueprint, like if I just gave you the blueprint on how to make 10K a month, gave you the blueprint on, how to gain 10 pounds in a month or whatever it is, how to basically reach any goal that you want. If I gave you the blueprint and just told you to do this every single day, it would just come down to your discipline levels. Because I'm telling you what to do. It's just a matter of if you're going to do it every single day. But without the blueprint, it's like, I got to do this today. Today, I don't feel like motivated. I don't feel motivated at all. So I'm not going to do nothing. Right? Oh, I'm sore today. It's a little bit of excuses. But when the system itself forces you to be more disciplined, inevitably, if you work within it, you're going to become more consistent. So that's what I'm gaining now currently, and it's transforming my life. Like, do what works. But you can't get bored with what works, because once you stop doing what works, that means that you're not as disciplined. Because if you got the discipline, bro, discipline is going to carry you everywhere. Like, I talked about this in a video I made on Instagram, and I'll wrap up with this. When you look at these 1%ers, you look at these successful people, you look at these people that you're inspired by, right? All these moguls, you know what I'm saying, gurus, whatever the case may be, who have these extravagant lifestyles. You can achieve these lifestyles, but it's not about, there's no secret hack. There's no fast track to success. There's none of these little, finesses. You can't cheat the work. You can't speed through the system. But the one thing that all these successful people have in common is their discipline levels, bro. They're disciplined, right? Yeah, they have the extravagant lifestyles, but it's like, in order to make that amount of money, to be able to have that lifestyle and sustain that lifestyle, you need a level of discipline. You operate completely different. You focus on different things. You moving at 100 miles an hour as opposed to somebody moving at 10 miles an hour, right? And so the freedom that you're looking for, because that's one thing that I'm so highly, passionate about, is creating freedom for myself. Like, I'm going to be 100% honest and say that I don't necessarily just have the passion to be making 100K a month, 200K a month, and all that type of stuff. I honestly don't care about that. Because granted, what I'm looking for is the freedom. So me personally, I could right now, today, currently, I could have freedom making like 5-6 bands a month. So my goal, though, is to consistently make 10 bands a month. With 10 bands a month, just barely raising my expenses, I will have the utmost freedom. So it's like, I'm not rushing to get to, 20K a month and all that extra stuff, bro. This is what I know, what I want. And so basically what I'm saying is, I know the level of freedom that I want requires a level of discipline. You see what I'm saying? Because I have to become a certain person and stay a certain person and also elevate to maintain what I want. Does that make sense? So the freedom that you're looking for, I don't want to call another man boss. I want to make my own money. I want to, you know, live life on my own terms by my own means. It takes discipline. Why? Because the mistake that I made is as soon as I started making money, because I made this mistake at so many different financial levels in my life, even when I was working like basic jobs back when I still stayed in Louisiana. The biggest mistake that's going to keep you stuck is just having broke people habits. What are broke people habits? As soon as you start making money, you raise the expenses based on the money that you're making. Or worse, like something I did is like you buy something completely out of your means. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, if you're just going to work, why do you need to finance a car that costs $700 a month? You're not going anywhere but working home and probably to the gym, right? Why do you need a car that costs that much? And that's your only bill. That's your first bill. Why would you do something so dumb, right? And so I had to make this realization because I got, you know, kicked in the butt making these type of mistakes. I had to learn this, like, bro, once you start making the bread, have the discipline to manage it. Manage it. Don't always be in a rush to increase your lifestyle because you don't need to. You don't need to, bro. So I had to learn how to properly budget, but I also had to learn, like, bro, manage the money that you got right now, or it's going to be impossible for you to make more. So I have to learn how to basically manage what I got right now, be disciplined in what I got right now, be a good steward of what I got right now if I want to achieve more in the future. Because if I can't manage what I got right now based on who I am right now, that means that if I was to receive the things that I want, the abundance that I want, the increase that I want, I'm going to mess over it and trick it off. Like, the version of myself a year ago, if I was making 10K a month, bro, it's no telling like how much my expenses would be every single month. But now it's like I have the mindset, and I'm not perfect with this. I still, you know, spend money on stupid stuff, but I'm working within a budget now, so I'm being more disciplined. But it's like the more discipline you have, the more freedom that you truly have. So this is not just about finances. This is about like your lust with women, being able to stop chasing women and focus on yourself, right? Being able to deny your flesh and your urges, right? Anything, discipline, waking up, discipline with your fitness. Not being comfortable in your physique, knowing that you a fat slob, or knowing that you know, super skinny, but you being disciplined to go to the gym to hit your physique goals. The more discipline that you have, the more freedom that you can have, bro. And so that's why I'm just so focused on increasing my discipline, because that's what stems from everything. Like, your consistency does not just come out of nowhere. Your consistency comes after doing the disciplinary task, right? Because it takes a level of discipline to do something that you don't want to do, or something that you're not used to doing, that's going to help you. You know what I'm saying? So discipline is first, then consistency is second, then motivation comes. See, a lot of y'all think that you got to be motivated to be consistent. That's crazy. Like, no, you start being consistent, then the motivation kicks in. You see what I'm saying? Because through the consistency, then you get the results. Like, motivation does not give you results. So if you just simply rely on motivation, you're not relying on something that's sustaining of your results. The discipline is what gets you results. The consistency is what gets you the results. So that's what produces the motivation. You see what I'm saying? So I hope y'all gathered something from this. This is probably going to be the last clip for the vlog. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram at QuayshawnQN. It's going to be in the description, pinned in the comments. If you want to book a one-on-one call with me, you know, you want to invest in one-to-one mentorship, you want to join the Kingdom Masculinity Mastery Program, click the link in the description or DM me on Instagram so you can book the one-on-one call, or you can just chop it up with me in the DMs. We'll see if you're a good fit, things of that nature, and we'll go ahead and ramp it up and go ahead and get it started. I will have a lot more updates for y'all on the program because, like I said, I'm building it out right now currently. This is going to change y'all life. It's going to help you master your mindset, dating, just become the actual masculine leader that you need to be, to not only attract that high quality God-fearing woman, but to become the man capable of achieving the lifestyle that you want just within yourself. So if that's something that you're interested in and you're actually ready to make the next step and invest in yourself and put in the work consistently and just, you know, join my process and use my methods, DM me on Instagram or click that link in the description. But other than that, bro, I hope y'all enjoyed, you know, this vlog / free game video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, comment something down below, comment your favorite part of the video, and I'll tap back in with y'all boys in the next one, man.